Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Low, BSNRN. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, thanks for coming by. I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting from everybody. Thank you for watching my videos. I super appreciate it. I cannot thank you enough. Today, I'm gonna be focusing more on the nursing side. I've gotten a lot of suggestions for this video. It's gonna be what I wear to work. So hopefully it's exciting enough that you guys stay tuned. So let's get started. So on a typical day, I of course wear what most nurses wear is scrubs. Some nurses I know wear the actual like nursing dress, their traditional nursing dress. It does not look good on me, so I don't wear it. And then I even know some nurses who wear like the button up top and a skirt, depending on, you know, maybe their religious beliefs or they just think they look better in it, whichever's all fine. But I wear the scrub top and bottom, which is what you see me wearing right now. So I will go through everything that I put on when I get ready for work, starting from my head. So as you guys see, I wear weave. Of course, this is a weave. It's mine because I bought it. I wear weave to work. I am a natural. I've been natural for almost 5 years now. So sometimes when I have my natural hair, I will also wear my natural hair. Where I'm working right now doesn't really have a policy on hair colors or hair types. I know some places I've worked, they didn't like certain hair colors. It had to be like a natural hair color. I used to wear a lot of purples and blues and stuff in my head, and sometimes I would get kind of reprimanded for that. Right now where I'm at, they do not care, but I have natural brown hair right now, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I go ahead and I wear my hair. In the beginning of the shift, I start with it down, like when I'm getting report and things like that. And usually throughout the night, I work night shift. Throughout the night, I will end up putting it up because you end up in patients' beds and things like that. And the last thing you want to do is get something or someone attached to your head. I've had a lot of near misses or chances where I've had confused patients, and the most thing they usually do is they, for one, either grab your stethoscope if it's around your neck, or they'll grab your hair. So my advice to people who have long hair is don't, especially if you're getting really close to a patient, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's on their hands or what's on their body. So at least put your hair to the back of you if you want to wear it down. I do know some nurses who wear their hair down the whole time, which is fine, do whatever you want, but I would suggest that you at least put it to the back when you're getting really close to somebody, or pull it back. I tend to pull mine back at least in a ponytail, or sometimes all the way up on top of my head. And I do not walk around with the stethoscope on my neck. I usually use my stethoscope for assessing my patients, and then I'll put it either back in my bag or somewhere close by, because I've also had a patient attempt to grab my stethoscope and choke me. So yes, I do not wear those around my neck. Those are a hazard to me. So yeah, I'll start with my hair down, then I'll usually put it up. I wear one earring. I do have two holes in my ear. I sometimes just get kind of lazy and never put the other set back in. And when I'm hanging out in the streets, I usually have like some type of costume set jewelry earring piece in my first ear, so I just kind of keep it out. I know some places they only allow like one earring and only can be the size of a quarter and things like that. If you have that issue, of course, just only wear the one earring. I've never worked at a place like that, but I do have some friends who said they have worked at a place like that, and they're very strict about it. I don't wear any makeup to work at all, mainly because I don't want to wake up early to put the makeup on. And I work at night, so it's dark in there, and the patient population that I tend to work with is geriatric, so they're not really interested in anything I got going on, and it's fine. So I just go barefaced to work. I do know people who wear makeup to work, and I feel like if you want to wear makeup to work, that is totally cool, totally awesome. I applaud you, because that extra 15 minutes of me in my bed, even if I am awake, I'd rather just scroll through my phone or something. So if you can get up and put your makeup on, I think it's great, because I can't do it. So So moving on down. So the scrub type I wear, I'm very, very picky about the scrubs I wear. I'm wearing them right now, but I also have a pair over here that I can show you why I love these scrubs so much. These scrubs are by Cherokee. Cherokee makes a lot of different scrubs, but this actual brand, well, is Cherokee, but the subset, like I guess the collection of Cherokee that this is called, they're called Infinity. These are Infinity scrubs. I love these scrubs. I will not wear any other type of scrub. I have worked at jobs that will give you scrubs for free as a part of being hired there, and I think that is great because scrubs can be really expensive, not kind of really expensive, but I will still go and buy this color, I mean this brand and this style of scrubs and whatever color it is, because these scrubs are amazing. One thing I love about these scrubs the most is that you can see they have this like mesh material on the back. So it like kind of like stretches with you and it kind of forms to your body shape. So me, I have a really high waist and my waist is extremely small compared to the rest of my body. So it will hug my shape, where it actually needs to be, and then it'll flare out the rest of the places so I don't feel so like uncomfortable in my scrub. Another thing I love about these scrubs too is that they are, I can't remember the word, something with micro, I can get y'all the right word, I'll put it in the comment box. It has these micro beads, I believe it's called. They advertise it when you go buy these scrubs. Like, so for example, when I get anything wet on my scrubs, like saline or just some water, you actually see the beads of water just like fall off. You never walk around with huge stains of like wetness and things like that on your scrubs. If they get wet, you can't even see. And it also is good for germs because apparently, I don't know how true this is, but the material that this is made of is like the germs don't penetrate like they do with cotton scrubs and like sit in your scrubs. They still kind of like slide off. So I feel a little bit more well protected with these scrubs in comparison to cotton scrubs. Another thing I love about these scrubs as well is that they are like, I never have to iron them. They're like wrinkle free. Like I've had these scrubs one time, I took them out the dryer, but you know how folding clothes go. It took me like a week to get to folding them, and it was balled up like in a ball like this. And I took it out and it was totally fine. I put it on, I didn't even have to iron it. I know a lot of people who have cotton scrubs, they either have to iron them or they just go to work with them wrinkled. I'm a little OCD, so I cannot go to work with wrinkled scrubs. So to know that I don't have to wake up again 10-15 minutes early or after I've washed all my scrubs to have to iron them and hang them up, I just love it. I love it. I absolutely love these scrubs. They also have a lot of their pockets are heavy, I mean big, really big. You can fit everything in there, and then they have like a sub pocket there that I love as well. They're also very long lasting. So I realized with some people with their scrubs, you can kind of tell when they've had their scrubs for a while because they fade. These scrubs do not fade. They do not fade. They don't fade at all. They won't fade not even an inch. And I wash these scrubs in excruciating, probably boiling hot water, just to get all the germs off. And they don't fade. I've had this one for like 4 years. There's some other colors that I've had for 4.5 years or so. I've only been nursing for about 4 years now, but they don't fade. They don't fade at all. They stay the same color. You can wear them over and over and over again. I actually had some other cool colors because in my first job, you could wear any color you wanted to, but they just had to match the top and the bottom. But my cousin took them and she asked to borrow them one day. She forgot her scrubs to go to work. And then I never saw my scrubs again. And then when I saw her, I was like, hey, so where are my scrubs? She's like, oh, I love these scrubs. They're so comfortable. They feel like pajamas. Can I have them? Fine, I gave them to her. Another thing I love about the Infinity Cherokee scrubs, and I will post a link to where to go buy them, the pants. So I'm gonna share something with you guys. I'm a thick girl. My bottom section is bigger than the rest of my body, and my thighs rub together. Thick girl gang. With that being said, a lot of scrubs in the middle from rubbing together, they get these like worn out, the balls. I call them little balls, but they're like worn out, and then in the middle of the crotch of your seat, they're like a different color from that constant like friction. Yeah, so these don't do that because they have this material in between them. So when you are walking and your thighs are rubbing together, it will never break down because of that material. It's the same material that's on the back of the shirt that I showed you in the beginning. So that's one thing I absolutely love about this brand and the style by Cherokee, because your pants will never wear down. Like, they're just never gonna ever wear down. And I absolutely love it. Like, when I found these, when I ran up on these, I can't even say, I don't know how I found out about these, honestly. Nobody suggested them to me or anything like that. I think I just went to the scrub store. I had originally bought some scrubs when I first became a nurse from just a regular uniform store. And I, of course, was trying to be on the cheaper side because, everybody knows once you first become a nurse, you don't have any money. You're waiting to get paid and things like that. And I hated them. They were like uncomfortable. And I was like, well, let me go see what else they have. And I ran up on these and I've been hooked ever since. They have every color you can imagine. They also have different styles. So my shirt is like crossed over up high. The men's shirts, of course, are not like that. And then they even have like a more deep cut V shirts if you like that. They have the ones that the line is kind of under your boobs, like a princess cut. If you are that shape, they have that style as well. Like I said, they have all types of colors. I think they do have designs. If you actually go on the website, they have designs, but I absolutely love these. Also, I wear an undershirt under my scrubs. It's just a plain white undershirt. I'm kind of picky about the undershirts I wear. So I actually just got these from Walmart. They were $5, but I've had them for a couple years because I like the way these fit, because I can like roll them down and everything, and they don't really stretch out when I pull them back up. But I haven't been able to find them for quite some time. I don't know if Walmart discontinued making those, or maybe it's because I live in Florida and when do we ever need long sleeve? And when every time it's winter too, I forget to go look for them. I'm always looking for them in the middle of July or something when they're just not gonna be there. So I always wear an undershirt. I am just kind of weird. I don't like to feel the scrub shirt on my skin. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It just doesn't make any sense, but I don't like to feel that scrub shirt touching me. I always wear an undershirt under my stuff. And then, like I said, I work at night and hospitals tend to be really cold and even more cold at night. So for that reason, I wear a long sleeve. In the beginning, when I wasn't as OCD, I would wear an undershirt without this, and then I would just like have a jacket. But after a while, I started to just wear long sleeve. Most companies only want you to wear either their whatever scrub color they have. You can wear the same undershirt, or you can wear white. Most people know that nursing, the color is white. So even a lot of places, like if they say, oh, our colors are for nurses, they're black, you could always wear white. White is always an option, but I'm not good with white, so I don't have any white scrubs. Since I travel, I never know what color the scrub is gonna be, so I always stick with the generic white undershirt. So I always know that I can wear that. So we are all the way down to my feet. I'm going to like try to do some gymnastics work right now. Well, to me, not no Simone Biles type of thing. My feet is very, 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 very important, nurses. What you wear on your feet is so important. I protect my feet at all costs. I don't care if the shoe is so ugly. I will wear it because once your feet start to wear down, your career is going to start to wear down, because nurses were always on our feet. Even if you're not at the bedside, if you work at a doctor's office, you're on your feet. If you work at a post-surgical type office, you're on your feet. You're just on your feet. You know, you're on your feet all the time. You don't really get to sit down. What you wear on your feet and how you protect your feet is extremely important. So first things first, for nurses everywhere, compression socks. I wear compression socks all the time. I never skip a day, ever, except for one time I didn't wear my compression socks and I was caught off guard. I went to my travel nurse assignment the first or second day, and usually they make you do like all this computer work, but they were like, oh, you're gonna work today, and I was like, what? I didn't have my compression socks on because if I'm sitting all day, it doesn't really matter, but they caught me off guard. And let me tell you something, I could feel it. By the end of the day, my calves were cramping so bad. I could just feel them like tightening up because I didn't have that compression on them throughout the day. So compression socks are extremely important. You can get them, like for example, I got these cool looking ones. I think they're pumpkin. They were like for their fall season. I got these at aboutthenurse.com. I will put the link in the description box. Usually they have a special where you can get 4 for $100. Compression socks are not cheap, but they are worth every single penny, and they do last for a long time. I've had these for like maybe a year and a half. It is time for me to get some more because you can start to tell that they're not as tight. I think for nursing or any type of professional people that walk a lot, the millimeters per mercury of compression, the number is higher than normal. So if you go to like a Walmart or a Target, you probably won't be able to find the millimeters of mercury of compression that we need as professionals. I think what you usually find in the store is like 20 to 25. And I believe, don't quote me, I'll go find out when I look online. But most nurses, I think we use about 35, 40 for that compression. I love aboutthenurse.com. There are other compression socks out there, but aboutthenurse.com has really cool designs. Like I said, these ones were for their fall. It was called like pumpkin spice. I have some cheetah print ones. I have some like purple people eater plaid looking ones. I have rainbow ones. So they have like really cool designs. And what I like about the Nurse is that this is a nurse made company. This isn't some other type of company that made this. So the person who made this was a nurse. She knows what it's like to be on her feet. I think she was an OR nurse, and sometimes they can be on their feet for a long time when they're circulating. So it is very important that you wear compression socks. They also have compression stockings. I was wearing those in the beginning because I think that's what they originally were stockings, like all the way, you know, like pantyhose. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know my mom had told me to wear those, and I did for a little bit, but I hated that pantyhose feel. They would fall down in my crotch area, and I was always going to the bathroom to pull them up, and then they would make my scrubs kind of slide down because of that material on them. So I stopped wearing compression socks for about a few months, but that was in the very beginning of my career where, you know, you think you're invincible and you're like, oh, I want to save the world and all this stuff. And you kind of forget to save yourself so you can save the world and save the people. So I started to feel like my legs were tired all the time. And I thought that was just because, you know, I was walking a lot. But I decided to search and get some compression socks. I originally started getting them at the nursing store, but even at the uniform store, they have some decent ones, but they're still not the best. You usually have to get the really good ones online. So I will put the aboutthenurse.com in the description box because protect your legs. And it's also so you won't get varicose veins, the blood won't pool down there in your legs. You can tell some nurses who do not protect their legs because you can see it when they go out and wear things like skirts. So protect your legs at all costs, ladies. Oh, let's make our way back up to the front. So I wear an Apple Watch. This is just the first generation one. It's kind of old, but I only wear my Apple Watch to work, so I don't really care how old it is. Every nurse you will see wears some type of watch, even if it's just the old-fashioned watch that they make you wear in nursing school, you know, with the second hand so you can count the seconds when you're counting pulse and things like that. The Apple Watch turns to one with the second hand if you need it, because I remember one of my nurse colleagues who's like OG old school nurse, she was like, oh, well, that watch doesn't have a second hand. I was like, it's an Apple Watch. I can turn it. It does have a second hand. So I wear my Apple Watch. I love the Apple Watch because obviously I have an iPhone. So when I'm doing things and I can't really like get to my phone, I can read the text messages that I need and decipher if that's something I really need to get to. I can, you know, text people back real fast or whatever I need to do, and I can just do it all from my phone my Apple Watch, without having to look or touch my phone while my hands are dirty and things like that. So it takes my hands off my phone a lot, which is of course something at work that you should be doing anyway, taking your fingers and your face out of your phone when you're at work. But since I also work ICU, a lot of the doctors, they work really close with you, and they might text you things or whatever, and there's stuff that you might want to look up. Certain meds are always changing, and you want to know why it's working like that with your patient and things like that. So it's always important as a nurse. You don't have to have an Apple Watch. I'm not here advocating Apple Watches. I'm just saying that's what I use. But 9 times out of 10, if the nurse doesn't have a watch, she is lost. So some type of watch that you like to use, for sure, make sure you use it at work at least. But heading on back down, shoes. What I wear on my feet. So I don't have my shoes in here because I don't wear my shoes, like I don't even wear my shoes in my car. I take my shoes, I have a basket that I put my shoes in my trunk of my car, and I leave my house with like my Birkenstocks on. I get to my job, go in my trunk, put my shoes on, and then go. My work shoes don't even touch the inside of my car where I press the gas. There's just so much stuff in the hospital. You don't know what you're stepping in at any given moment. And then after my shift, I take these wipes, alcohol wipes that kill certain spores and stuff, and I wipe the bottom of my shoe before I walk out, because you just don't know what you're picking up on the way in and out of there. But I will tell you the type of shoes that I wear. So I wear 2 types of shoes right now. I'll wear Danskos and I wear Asics, which is a tennis shoe. Let me tell you how I feel about those type of shoes. Danskos I love. They get mixed reviews. Some nurses say they absolutely hate them. I love them because I have a very high arch. My foot is very skinny and I have a really high arch. So Dansko meets my arch. They're pretty much the only shoe that like the arch is high enough, so when I stick my foot in it, my foot is like sitting right with the shoe. It's like conjoined, and my foot is very, very comfortable in the shoe. Also, Dansko has a thick, chunky heel, so it kind of like elevates you a little bit, and it's to help support your back. I can tell, like I like my Asics, and I'll get into why I like those as well. But one of the main things that I can tell when I wear my Asics is that I don't feel like my back is as supported. So it keeps your back aligned, so you're not really shifting your hips and stuff as much. Your back won't hurt as much. So I love it for that reason. But what con I would say about the Dansko is that it's a little heavy. The actual shoe, like I feel sometimes like when I'm walking, I can't walk as fast because the shoe is like sometimes like lead weight. So I used to work in a pre-op area where I would do like IVs and all that stuff before people went to surgery. And I was mainly just standing in one area all the time. I never really had to walk very much. So my Danskos were perfect for that because they were helping support my back while I was standing in one place for 10, 12 hours at a time. And then they were helping my arch, so my arch didn't feel like it was falling. Sometimes now that I'm back on the floor in ICU and I have to walk a lot, by the end of the shift, I can kind of tell like my feet are getting tired of holding this heavier shoe. But some nurses, they love the Dansko, they swear by them. I love the Dansko too, but what I did learn in my nursing career is that you should often switch your shoe in and out. So don't ever wear the same shoe every day. And then on top of that, you need to be changing your shoe. So for example, the Dansko, it's about time for me to change mine. I've had mine for almost 2 years. It's time for me to buy a new pair because your shoe wears out. I wish I wasn't so germophobic. I would show you guys my shoe, but I tend to walk on the outside of my foot. So except for my foot going like this, it kind of goes to the side. And my doctor said probably because I have a high arch and I kind of want to take the pressure off my arch. I don't know. But so in my shoe, you can tell that it's kind of worn out on the outside a little bit. So it's time for me to get some more. As everybody knows, a lot of nursing stuff is very expensive. The Dansko is, you can get it from Dillard's. You can also, I think, get it from nursing uniform places. I got mine from the uniform store. The company, the hospital I used to work for, they had an actual uniform store on their campus, and I got it from there because we could get a discount. But the next time I will probably get them from Dillard's, or I'll get them from actually Dansko.com. But the average Dansko costs like $130 to $150. So it's totally understandable why you're not gonna want to go and replace them every time you probably should, because that's $150 there. You have to also replace your compression socks. I just said that you can get them for like $100. That's almost $300 just to wear something to work, and people have bills. So it's understandable why people don't want to change out their shoe. But it is recommended that you change out your shoe every so often and that you do not wear the same shoes. Every time I go to work, I switch my shoe. I usually switch between Dansko and Asics, and I'll flip flop. So Monday Dansko, Tuesday Asics, and vice versa, whichever. One thing I do love about the Asics was recommended to me. I saw a lot of nurses wearing sneakers because I used to wear sneakers before the Dansko, and the sneaker that I was wearing is not good for nursing. I wear them a lot to work out, but they are not good for nursing, and I don't want to say the brand because I don't want to get in trouble, but they're not good for nursing at all. And I could tell because I was wearing my compression socks. I had finally got onto the compression socks part, but I was wearing these sneakers and my feet, my back and stuff was still hurting so bad. And somebody told me, they were like, that's not good shoe. If you want to wear a shoe, wear this shoe or that shoe. So I tried Asics. Asics is good. They're lightweight. They're actually a runner shoe. The only thing I would say about the Asics is there's so many different kinds, and I didn't understand all of the kinds that there were. So when I first went to buy some myself, I actually kind of got overwhelmed and I left the store because there's just so many. Running, walking, certain types of walking, certain types of running, certain types of foot shape, all that stuff. I didn't understand any of that. So I went back 6 months later and I was like, well, let me give this another try, because they were having a sale at Dick's Sporting Goods. I believe I got my first pair from Dick's Sporting Goods, and thankfully I ran into a lady who knew all about the Asics. She explained everything to me and suggested which one I should get, and I really like it. I like the shoe a lot. The only thing I would say about Asics is that they run kind of small. If you were ever interested in probably getting them, and I'll show a picture of the Asics that I use. And they run kind of small, so just be aware of that. They're not that expensive. I think their original price for them were about $70, but I got them for like 40 or something like that, which to me was good because I just wanted to try them. I didn't know if I was going to like them. Asics is the same thing. You should probably change your shoe every 3 or 4 months, because nurses, we put a lot of miles on our shoe. We don't even realize, but we walk back and forth, and by the time we're done and we work 12 hours 3 times a week at least, you're putting 15 plus miles on your shoe by the time it's 3 months, and they're already worn down. So you definitely should change them quite often, and you need to have a good cushion between you and the floor, because most hospital floors are made of concrete, so they put a lot of pressure on your joints, like your knees and your ankles and stuff, walking, and you don't even realize until you've been doing this for 15 plus years, and then you realize some little wear and tear that you never realized before, which is why it's so important to protect your legs and protect your feet in this career. I also have used Allegria. I think that's what it's called. Allegria, they were cute. They look kind of like boat shoes. I liked them. They were very cushiony. They had the thickness in between you and the floor. The only thing for me personally that I did not like, some people don't see this problem at all, my arch was hurting. I felt like they were a little bit flat, but again, I have a really, really high arch. So it takes a lot for me to find a shoe. So my arch was hurting and I didn't really like that too much, but it did give good back support. Not as good as the Dansko. I feel like with back support and back alignment, the Dansko is probably the best, but you can still feel the back support because it's like elevated. It's elevated from the floor, and then the actual shoe is like, here's the balls of your feet, and then the heel is elevated as well. It's really good. I've had some friends, they love them, they swear by them. The only other thing I didn't really like is that when you see the picture, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It was a Velcro over. They look, like I said, they look kind of like boat shoes. So like this entire part of your foot was exposed, and that kind of freaked me out. You never know what's going to be falling from the bed or from the pump or just anywhere, and your foot, of course you have socks on, but your foot is still exposed. That leads me back to what I also like about the Dansko. The material that the Dansko was made out of is just wipe away. So if something gets on there, you just wipe it right off. It doesn't stay on, it kind of just rolls off, which is a very big pro that I love about the shoe. And that's a con about the Allegria. Your foot is totally exposed on the top, and then with the Asics, it's cloth material because it's a tennis shoe. So if you get some type of stain or something on your shoe, it's gonna sit in there and can seep down into your foot. You can have stuff on your foot. So these are all the types of things I think about. Some people, they don't think about those things, which is fine. At the end of the day, it's everything that works for you, anything that works for you, but I'm just letting you know what I have done and what I have used. The next thing I'm gonna use is Hoka. They are really thick. Like the heel it's like it elevates you at least 3 inches off the ground. I see a lot of nurses wear these. They're actually running shoes, but a lot of nurses swear by these shoes, and I wanted to try them now for at least like a year and a half, but I just haven't got around to trying them because they are kind of pricey. I think the cheapest ones are about $120. And I like to also go try on my shoes, and they don't sell them a lot like in stores. So the place they do sell them here is quite a bit of ways from my house. So it's like, oh, I gotta go there and all that stuff. But my plan this year is to buy them, and I will do a review for you guys on those shoes. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna be good. I've had a lot of people swear by them, and they look really comfortable. My one friend, she wears them all the time, and she let me try hers on, and I was like, wow, these things are amazing. I like to rotate my shoes. Like I said, it's good for your feet and the stability and everything like that. The only thing I would say that I don't really like about sneakers is, for me, after about 7 or 8 hours, my foot starts to feel trapped in there. Your foot swells and it de-swells throughout the shift. That's normal for anybody. And I don't know if it was that my foot swells up because I feel like I have to like take off my shoe. And with Dansko, I kind of find myself periodically, I'll slide my foot out, kind of just like move it around, like when I'm charting and stuff. I don't put my foot on the floor, but I can kind of move my foot around a little bit more, and it's a little bit more free and spacey, so it can kind of like ebb and flow. Also with the Allegria, I felt like that too, like my foot was able to like kind of ebb and flow a little bit more. Maybe I tie my sneakers too tight, but I'm kind of, like I said, OCD and nervous, and I don't want nothing seeping in there, so I probably do tie them too tight. I'm not sure. So like what I'm saying is, I like the Dansko and I like certain types of sneakers, and I will let you know how the Hoka ones, or Hoka, I'm sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, how they turn out. So that's what I wear to work. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something from this video. If there's anything that you want to add, if there's a type of scrub that you absolutely love and swear by, go ahead and put it in the comment box. We all want to know what everybody likes and what everybody enjoys. If you haven't found a scrub, check out these scrubs. I love these scrubs. I would not lie to you, they are kind of pricey. Of course, they sell the top and the bottom separately, and I think the top is like $28 and I think the bottom is like $30 something. So if you're buying 3 and 3, it can get a little pricey, but they are worth it. Because like I said, I bought a 3 pair and I haven't had to replace them in 4 years. So they've paid for themselves, and I wash them every week in boiling hot water. So they pay for themselves. They don't wear out. So if you're looking for a scrub to start off with, I would suggest these scrubs. But if not, I hope you guys liked what you saw here. If you have anything that you can add, don't forget to comment. Or if you have a question, you can always email me at misslowbsnrn@gmail.com and I will email you back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys who have subscribed so far, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye.